Hello from ChiNation.com. This is Mark Josie and of course Fu for my Yat Dragon's YouTube channel. Now remember to subscribe to the Yat Dragon's channel if you like these kind of videos, because I'm just doing a special season right now, trying to do a few of these to attract people over to the other channel, and eventually this channel will go back to the reviews and stuff like that. So it's a very special season right now because I got a bunch of fans who are actually interested in these things, and I decided to fulfill them and actually build up the hype, and might as well just do these kind of stuff for a little bit more time, so that they will know, and people can know that there is such a channel, and they can move to my Yat Dragon's channel to enjoy the show later on too. So don't forget to go there and subscribe. Remember to share. Click that like button right there. When you open one of my videos, instantly click like, okay? Because you like me, right? That's why you visit and watch. Anyway, so let's continue and get into the meat of today's lecture. Now, I don't want to call it a lecture. I want to call it like a talk show, because it's more like I'm trying to present what is like Taoism and all these things that I'm going to talk about. Okay, I'm going to present you stuff in me and my lineage, and I'm not going to like do a PowerPoint presentation and then show you, this is according to research. We have these facts, and you can see, like all that stuff. That is boring, because I like to say this all the time. A true master or a teacher, okay, true master, we call this master, not a teacher, because there's no teacher in Taoism. There's only master, okay? It's not a school system. It's a lineage system. You go into a lineage, you learn from a master. There's no teacher, okay? So you go into a lineage and you learn. The stuff inside the master is supposed to be inside the master and not inside the books. Just like saying, okay, your mom knows how to cook. She don't have to always refer to cookbooks when she cook, right? Like, I mean, look, mom just go into the kitchen and then something happen and eventually there will be food. She don't need to like look at the fridge and then compare with the cookbook and see what ingredients you have and then decide what to cook for the day, right? Basically, if you are the one who live by yourself right now, you should be able to understand this. You go into the kitchen, you see what's in the fridge, and then by your mood, your memory, you just grab something and then make your stuff and eat. Basically, that's how cooking is. When you grow up and get independent and live by yourself, that's life, right? You don't need a cookbook. You only need a cookbook when you are like, oh, I want to make something fancy, something I don't know before. Then you learn, right? So that's the time when you need the book. But basically, for a master who teach in Taoism, there's no book. You don't need a book, because the stuff is here, is inside. It's so much. A book cannot contain all that stuff. Now, I got a fans on my channel recently who is a blacksmith. I'm sure he understands too. Like, look, you know how to forge a knife. You know how to work with steel. I'm sure all that stuff and you figured out yourself might not even be in the books. And when you want to tell someone how, like, all these things, you want to, like, have one person who you want to inherit your skills, your stuff to the person. I'm sure that you will not want that person to keep reading. You want the person to just, come, do with me. Now I show you, okay? And then you follow. And then eventually you know how to do it. You understand, because after I guide you through all that experience, and then when you have questions in the way, okay, like, come, follow, hammer, bang, 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 bang. And then the guy will like, why do I have to do this? Why not like this? Why? Like, all that why will lead to the experience. And the experience will lead to more and more questions. And eventually, it will break down the subject into a lot of precious information that the book might not even have. Or even all the books out there don't have this stuff listed. Because the questions are newly born from this guy's head. All right. So, as you can see, learning anything in the world, you cannot just like, oh, I see this book, and then you gather up the resources, and there it goes. Okay, that's the stuff. It never happens like that. Okay. Now, this show, I want to seriously. Okay. I don't really like to plan a lot for the shows that I'm going to do. So right now, at this moment, I don't have a solid name down yet for this show's name. Let me think. I want to name this. One side of me want to name this show something funny, something that will attract people's attention. But I think it's kind of hard for a lot of people to accept that kind of title because it's too, too aggressive, too strong. Okay, the language is kind of strong. But I also want to make it more attractive and not so boring. So what do I want to do? Maybe I should call this something like the most mature Taoism talk show, or Taoism talk show for the mature people, or I don't know, Taoism for 18 plus, something like that. Okay, when you want to come over to watch this talk show, I want you to get at least one thing when you end this video, and the thing is very precious. What do I want to give you? I want to give you the truth of what real Taoism is versus what's not real. And I'm not saying my Taoism or other people's Taoism is real or fake. I'm talking about in general. Like if you want to learn Taoism, any kind of Taoism, that of course that includes my lineage, and also if you want to learn other Taoism, other lineage, other sects, I think it should be the same. Because other people, the masters in the other sects, is basically will feel the same if you actually know this theory. So what is this about? I want to start this talk show with something very strong. So are you guys ready? This is going to be very strong. It's going to be very hard to accept. The first thing I want to teach you is how to fuck the book. Okay, so that is kind of strong. It's hard to swallow for a lot of people, especially this word, the book of Taoist, the Lao Tze, the book of Lao Tze. Okay, that guy who made this book. Okay, why do I want to fuck this book? Now you will want to say, hey, you're so not respecting this thing. You are so rude. You're so disrespectful. Well, no. Actually, you know what? The first thing is, if you want to learn about Taoism, you need to understand the first lesson is to let go of yourself and also your already existing knowledge of words. Like what you know about words right now. For example, the word fuck. Fuck right now is used as a swearing word, a vulgar word, like a rude word. But if you actually go to dictionary.com and you research what this word means, it has some weird information there that looks pretty funny. It looks like in the year of 1279, something like that. This is like originate of this word, and it means to strike, to push, to. It doesn't mean to have sex. It's just to have push, to strike. And even if you use it as a verb, like to have sex or sexual intercourse with someone, it doesn't mean that it's a swearing word. If you fuck your wife, like having sex with your wife, that's normal. It's not like you're swearing and being rude to your wife. So why is fuck a swearing word? Right? So like depending on how you look at this thing, you see, some people say, oh, this is shit. And then you would be like, well, that must be like something rude to me, And recently, like modern language, people like to use this slang. Oh, this is good shit. This is bad shit. Oh, shit. There's a lot of shit. There's good shit and there's bad shit. So what is shit? I mean, look, there are so many words in this world that can be rude and at the same time can be not rude, depending on how you look at it. And in Taoist, like a lot of people just try to look at this book and they don't understand the true meaning of the book, and they read a lot of translated version of the Taoist, which is totally like off the road. Like it's really wrong. Because why? Because they are using a humanized way to look at it, and they try to blend. Because why? Look, China is a very enclosed country. So in the past, okay, there are a lot of like even you read history, there are a lot of time when the king tried to erase some history and then make himself look better than the king before them. And there are times when people try to kill all the knowledgeable people or the student or the people who learn and have knowledge and wisdom. They want to kill them. Even in history, there's a time where they buried all those people. And like live buried, okay, as part of what the king does back then. It's crazy. And there are times when they have a king where they said, I like this kind of stuff. Other things need to be gone. And then they kill. And okay, if you don't believe history, you don't believe me, that's fine. Now let's take a look at today's China today. Okay, today, if you think China is really like those countries that, wow, I'm going to give you my good stuff. I'm going to like, oh, love and peace and kiss everybody's face. And you're wrong. Take a look at politics right now. How many people think that China is a very free country? I don't think so, right? Okay, look, China has a lot of censorship with internet. They have a lot of things blocked off, meaning that, okay, like YouTube, WordPress, some blog site, and a lot of media site is not accessible in China. So if you live in China, you are pretty much cut off from a lot of news outside of the country, meaning that you should not be educated by things, or you should not know of things outside of your country. You should keep your mind inside and not look outside. Why? Because they don't want you to have so much ideas outside. They don't want you to know the good stuff out there. They don't want you to know China is controlling you a lot and you're living in a cage. They don't want you to know a lot of things. Well, that's how China governs their country today. But back then, it's even worse. It's even stricter. It's even more scary. Because back then, okay, even if you look at the movies today that deals with the China empires and stuff like that, you can watch how it works. Okay, you work for the king. You need to like really know this rule. If you go against the king's will, your punishment is death. Meaning that if the king says something and you go against him or you lie to him, your punishment is death. Okay? That is how strict it gets. So imagine back then, those who work for the king, who have the power to govern the country for the king. Okay? If the king say right now, I like everything to be orange. If your house don't have orange, you got a problem. Okay, this guy come out with some fashion stuff. Okay, he start inventing green house. Okay, green, a lot of green, green and white and blue, no orange. Okay, this guy have his own idea, very creative, nice looking houses built. Next morning, he's dead. Why? Because you go against the king's will. The king said orange equals good luck. This is the color of our country. You use green. That is evil. That's how China works. Okay. Now, those books, the ancient texts, how did it survive, and how do you think, like, back then, okay, in China, China is not like a small island. Come on, guys. China is a big place, okay? There are a lot of people practicing and cultivating and doing a lot of stuff with Taoism and similar stuff. Back then, Lao Tze, this guy, Lao Tze, okay, who wrote the Taoist King, the person who wrote the Taoist King. Look, he is only one of the many people in the whole China. One in a huge place. Look how big China is. I mean, even back then, the China, that place on the map is not small. It's a big country. There's so many talented people, unheard, not heard of, not exposed. Why? Because there's no internet, There's no marketing. There's no fair business, because basically it's not fair all the time. That's why they have wars. Okay, it's not fair. And then what? Power, authority, is often controlled by the rich people, the king, the people who have relationship with the, like, oh, the cousin of this king, or the king's brother, whatever. Okay, all that relationship. You get it. Royal families relationship. If you're not having that kind of background, you never worked there as this kind of officials, you will not get your name recorded. Pretty much like that. Okay? Those that actually did get hurt is only a very small percentage out of the whole place. And a lot of stuff is very much like, oh, they have this art in China, but it's pretty much low profilely, hiddenly, concealedly inherited. Like, oh, the father taught, two friends or his son, and then the son, carried this art and then somehow lived in the village, and then, they're poor, right? They cannot do all the marketing and stuff, and they don't even care about all that marketing and stuff, okay? So they only want to live a life. And then these little village just keep passing on the art. They don't really want to get involved with all these big names and stuff. So the people who get hurt and the text that you can see today, it's only a very small percentage. Dou De King, this book, cannot represent Taoism because it's so little. I am saying, like, okay, look, Shakespeare is very famous. But just because you read Macbeth, it doesn't mean that you understand English and know English. You agree to Shakespeare, okay? It doesn't mean that it makes you an English guy. Like, wow, you really know about English. It doesn't work like that. Now, back to the fucking shit. Okay? Back to this thing. Now, why I say fuck? The verb of fuck. Like, if you look at this, not like a root word, but a very, like, much like a normal neutral word. It only means, in that pattern inside the dictionary, means to strike back and forth, repetitively strike, to hit, to push, like that, push and strike, okay? Now, why do you want to fuck this book? Well, if you keep pushing and striking, it's almost like if you mentally do it, it's like you're trying to hammer in this book and trying to get something out of it. Sort of like that too. It can mean something positive. Okay. The bottom line is, okay, we're not using this like a swearing word. We're using the word as a verb. Wow, that's pretty new. Of course, you cannot do that in school. The teacher doesn't know because she's not a Taoist. She don't know how to look through this limitation. Most people do not know how to do this. Because why? Because they're not Taoist. They're not, like, they don't have the kind of mindset to see through things, to see through beyond the normal boundary of a normal human world definition. Like when I say, okay, eat my shit, and people are like, huh? Okay. Especially, if you tell a Chinese person who just came to Canada or USA, whatever, okay, the English-speaking place. And Chinese, they're not good at English, and they're not good with the slang in English. So, like, if you laugh at them and look at their work, and then you say, oh, look at that shit, and they will think you insult them because you use the word shit, and in their mind, shit means the poop that you poop out. So, you see what I mean? Okay? So, this word shit became very rude to the people who only know the meaning of shit equals this. Okay? But, at the same time, some people in the West use good shit, bad shit. Wow, holy shit. A lot of kind of shit. It's not always bad. What is good shit? Okay, you don't know. Okay, now let me tell you this pattern of shit. Now, what is shit? Shit, if you put it in a pattern format, like look at it without one specific subject, okay? We're talking about the pattern. How is shit made? Now, shit made is, okay, you look at your body as one machine, one system, okay? You take the good stuff, what's good, okay? Good stuff to your body, something your body needs, okay? Something your body want to intake. You take this thing, all of these things, like the food, the water, air, all the stuff from surrounding. You take that stuff in, swallow, digest, process. After you absorb what you need, you process, and now you give back something that nature needs. And that is your shit. Now, look, the shit is not bad. You take the shit, you put it in your soil, your farm. It can be used as a fertilizer. Where do you get food? You get food, basically, from where you put your shit in. This is your farm, right? Now you put your shit in the farm can grow better. It's good for the farm. You don't need it, your next party does, right? So it's like this. There's a saying, I forgot the exact saying in English, but it's like someone's garbage is like your garbage is someone's garbage might be someone else's treasure, something like that. I don't know, something like that. Okay, it means like something you don't need might be something very precious for another person. Like if I don't need clothing right now, and then I donate my clothing, and then it may be very good for the other person who really don't have any clothing to wear. Something like that, okay? So you might need money today, okay? You need a lot of money, I know, okay? You need money. Now, maybe, okay, like this, you take the money. What do you use the money for? Okay? If you are a jewelry artist, you use the money to make jewelry. And then you don't need jewelry, right? Like, you can make jewelries. Why do you need jewelries? Oh, I want to wear this, all the stuff, you know. You don't need jewelries yourself. You make jewelries. Now, jewelries, after all your processing, see, you take in money. You digest money. The money came in and became your nutrition. Became the stuff you want to digest, okay? You take the money, you buy food, you eat, you have energy to work. You take the money, buy your copper, buy your silver, all that stuff, and then the gem, and you make your jewelry. After you have done so, the jewelry is complete. This is actually the shit. The shit that is made from the money that you intake. See, you go through your system, your system of operation, maybe your business, okay? And you make this new product. Now, you don't need this product, okay? You only made it. You don't need it. And then you take the shit and go to the market and you sell. And other people want it. Some other people have some other reason that they need your shit. And they take your shit, and basically what happens is they give you money. And then the cycle continues. And that is like having a farm with a piece of land, okay? Like soil, vegetable growing there. You eat the stuff from the farm. You poop out your shit and you put the shit back, and it helps the farm to grow. As you can see, shit itself is not a bad thing if you don't really use the human perspective. If you use it as a neutral word, think about what is shit. Shit is like, oh, it's so dirty, it's like ugly, you know, it's smelly, you don't want it. It's because you cannot see through what is shit. You cannot see through the pattern. And that is why you don't understand, because you are stuck with your human normal perceived idea of what is shit, because you think about yourself first. You think about your own shit, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to touch that stuff. Of course, it's like a jewelry artist. He don't want to keep a lot of jewelries at home, because it means that he didn't make any sales, right? So he wants to sell all the shit out. Same thing. When you think about yourself first, okay, you always go like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, so many already set and locked in definition of words in your mind. you cannot see through the real meaning of things. What's the real meaning? The real meaning means the pattern of this thing in nature. This thing, when you substitute the other subject into the same pattern, it can turn into different things. Let's say, okay, I will say the heart of something. Now, what is the heart of something? If I say my heart, okay, you like all of a sudden you go, oh, my heart, okay. Why here? No, your heart is here, your organ. No, that is the organ, heart. I have my heart. This is the heart, energy heart. And then you look at the heart of an apple. Instantly, you think it's the center of the apple. Instantly. You don't need to even think. The heart of the planet. Instantly. You know it's the center, the dead center, that core thing inside. Okay? The heart of a family. Instantly, you know. I was playing like I was playing COC before, okay? This game. And then they have a little message. Oh, the heart of your village is your town hall. And everyone knows what that means. You have to protect your town hall because it's very, very important. See, when you say the heart of something, it doesn't mean that it's an organ pumping blood. Okay, it doesn't mean that heart. It can mean many things because of the same pattern. The same pattern applies to everything. And just like I said, shit, fuck, all these words, they just sound rude to you on the surface because you're getting the surface of it. You're not getting the pattern of the word and understand why this word is used for such and such reason. So instantly, a lot of people, when they see, you know, like when I say these words out of my mouth, they think that I'm rude because they are rude inside right here. That's only what they got in the mind. They cannot see through the wisdom behind it. They cannot see through the reason behind my speech. They can only look at it at the surface and then compare to what's inside their head right now. And, well, because your glasses are dirty. That's why everything you see is dirty. When you clean that thing up, clean away your own pollution, you can really now understand what's inside. Why do I say the book of Taoist is something that you should actually avoid reading all those shit out there? Now, why do I use the word shit again? When I say the shit or the crap out there, I'm talking about when other people take the same thing, process it through their own system, and this is the byproduct. Okay? If you read the Taoist, the Lao Tze out there, everything you find in English is some shit of someone. Someone took the thing, go through their own system, according to their knowledge, they interpret, and then they translate. And then they put their shit out. And then, what happened? Another person goes in, okay, he don't know Chinese. He take this translated book of Taoist, read and eat the shit. And then, the shit cycles. And then he create the shit of shit. Eventually, it becomes very shitty. Because everyone take this process, and eventually what you see today is a bunch of shit. It's not Taoist anymore. Why? Because what if one person there got it wrong in the chain? Remember the game of broken telephone? Well, when you tell, like in a linear format, okay, there are 10 people. You tell this guy one message, and then you want him to relay the message to another person. Eventually, when the message goes to number 10, the person at the end of the line, the message is not the same anymore. Something must be changed. If you tell them a story, you know, a story get changed over time. And it's normal. That's how it works. Now, this book of Taoist itself is written in ancient Chinese. Not modern Chinese, okay? But people today are using modern Chinese mindset. to understand this book. And then what? And then the crappy Taoists are trying to interpret this thing according to what they want it to be. Meaning that, okay, in China, the last dynasty, Qing dynasty, Qingqiu, okay, it's a dynasty that promotes Buddhism that came into the country. Before that, they're not super into it, but Qing dynasty, the queen is super into Buddhism. I mean, as in, like, she's a big fan of Buddhism. Okay? Big fans. Everything needs some Buddha word. Okay? So everything back then got to be changed. Okay? Got to be changed. It needs to have that vibe somehow that can make Buddhism also make sense in Taoism. Because if not, your sin is not going to survive. See, the book is not going to survive. It's not going to come out again because it doesn't fit what the king and queen want. That is garbage. That is evil to the country, right? You get your head chopped off, your dick chopped off, everything like that. So, you see, when it's Mongolian time governing the country, okay, Muslim and stuff also come in. A lot of different things came in. Other stuff needs to get changed and tweaked because it needs to fit what the ruler wants. At least, okay, you can keep yours. But, just give it a little twist so that it sounds more friendly and not against the ruler's idea. You get what I mean? As time goes on, who write books? Who is responsible for the penmanship of these things? Okay, look. Look at Japan. Sushi chef. Okay? Sushi chef don't write sushi books. Well, some does, but he don't write it himself. Look at Japanese. They are do YouTube, okay? Search. Japanese speak English. Wow. That is like a lot of jokes right there. Very funny. Super funny video, okay? You see it, they are like super non-English. I went to Japan for vacation before. And the funny thing is, you try to speak English, no one understands you. Seriously, I was in Tokyo and it's like a big city, but still, people don't understand my English. I was trying to say English as like accurate as possible and they don't get you. You have to give them some Japanese vibe accent and they, oh! It's like that, okay? So basically, the culture is like that. Okay? They don't speak English. So if you want to read about real sushi making, what do you want to do? Well, either you learn you learn the Japanese language, and you start reading some of those books in pure Japanese, ancient Japanese, I don't know. Or the best way is go to Japanese and start learning. Go to Japan, okay? Find a sushi master, start learning. Well, yes, there are good sushi chefs in USA or in Canada or something like that, okay? But you see, if you spend your time in writing books, your sushi making skills and like the time you can dedicate to really cultivating your art will be reduced. We only have 24 hours. What can you do, right? So as you can see, okay, I want to admit this publicly right here, is that, well, my English sucks. I only know how to speak English to the point that I can survive in Canada. I'm not good in school with my English marks. Well, I spend my time cultivating the stuff that I'm doing for my whole life. I don't have the luxury as some people who can spend their time, in college, in university, and study all those fancy English and the grammar and stuff like that. Right now, I type a few blogs in English, and there are spelling typos sometimes, a lot of grammar mistakes. I rely on the Grammarly program to help me out. So sometimes the program just cannot do it. They just miss out some stuff. Sometimes my browser just didn't pick up that error and it's there. Okay? It's not the best. I must say, it's not the best. But, you know what? When you have to spend the time to do something, you don't have the time to do other things. Seriously. Look, people think that, okay, YouTube bloggers are so, like, wow, these people just do a vlog and they can earn money easily. Easy. Look at them. Every day they need to do video. Okay, they might enjoy doing it, but you see, their time is all in the video, and then the editing of the video, and then planning of the next video, and then marketing of the video, and then how to share it out, and then all this stuff. Your whole day is gone. There's no time left. Seriously. If you have kids, it's even worse. You don't have your time to do other things because you are a blogger. Your life is inside the blog. My life is inside this Taoist magic thing. I teach Taoism. I do my service for people. I don't have time to do other things that people can do, such as studying for a better language degree, whatever, getting better in English. Seriously, I was trying to learn better skills in online marketing stuff, like the SEO and stuff. It was so hard to pick up because really, time just run out. You have work packed up. Clients coming in, I have to make this video to upkeep my YouTube, and then I have to reply comment. There's no time for me to do it. I'll try to do it, I can't. Okay, it's really hard, and that is why we must give the work to other people to do, to help you do something that you're not meant to do, right? Now, like a boss of a company, okay? The boss of the company have the skills to lead a group of managers. And the managers have the skills to manage a group of workers. And then the workers have the skills to do what they're given to do. Okay? Everyone does what they're supposed to do, come together, and that is a successful company, right? Now, let's say in my lineage, okay? I have my blog and stuff. Eventually, I will try to find some disciple who can help me out with the English, and they can proofread or help me out with the English. Good. Now, I got my job that I'm not good at, okay, for someone else to do. Someone else can do better than me, they can do it. And when we come together, the stuff is better and better and better, and it gets better, right? That is how it's supposed to grow and supposed to work. So, same thing to the Tao Te Ching case. Okay, now, this problem with the Tao Te Ching, ancient Chinese, you do not understand ancient Chinese. Ancient Chinese is like understanding ancient English with modern English word. Even if you're very good in modern English and you try to read Shakespeare, you don't understand anything there. What is this thou art and whatever, okay, all these words, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It sounds like another language. Now, Chinese back then really sounds like another language compared to Chinese today. It's not as simple as today. Most of the movies that depicts the old China and the ancient Chinese stuff, they're all tuned. Like even they try to act and speak like ancient tone. They are all tuned to the point that you can understand as a modern Chinese. They're not really how Chinese people speak back then. They have to tune it so that the audience can understand and appreciate the movie. So no one can really understand how real ancient China speaks, especially with all the accents, and every village have their own dialect and stuff like that. People don't speak Mandarin back then. Mandarin only comes in after the Mongolian time. If you look at Lao Tze, Tao Te Ching, that is like the Chen Chao Jing Gok Si Kei. It's a long way. The spring-autumn period. That time, Mandarin is not even there. And a lot of Western people today are like, okay, I want to learn Taoism. The first thing I want to learn is learn Mandarin. No. Look at this, guys. There's no Mandarin back then. Mandarin only comes in much, much, much later. Back then, it's an other language, an other dialect. And the people in China today are trying to use like Mandarinized culture to understand these books. Totally don't make sense. Even, okay, look, if you use modern Cantonese, the word that we use in Cantonese doesn't make a damn sense in Mandarin. It doesn't make sense. If you take the Cantonese word and then type it out, send like the Hong Kong newspaper and stuff to China, the people read it, it doesn't make sense. Some words just don't make sense because they didn't use the word like that. As you can see, they don't use the word like this, like the fuck and shit. They don't use the word the same way. Cantonese, Mandarin is like that. Now think about ancient China and today. It's really, really different. Really different. If you want to understand Taoism or even any ancient book, you need to understand a lot of things more than just what out there, like the surface, means. Now, one thing people don't understand is they always think that Taoism, especially if you read the Tao Te Ching book, there's one passage in the chapter 40 something, forgot, okay, whatever. It's not even important to remember, okay? This chapter, there are 2 lines. And I really want to like put this 2 line out and let you know how nonsense it gets in most of the translation. The Chinese word says, the Chinese word, not say, the Chinese word is, okay? Chinese word is. Mad. Chinese word is 為學日益，為道日損. Okay? 為學日益. A lot of people will, or even you can go to find the translation, most of the time they say, when you're learning, every day you increase. The Tao practitioner, 為道日損, the Tao practitioner always decrease. Now, a lot of people will think Taoism and these things are so rational. It's like, wow, you said something, but it sounds like I get it, but it sounds like you didn't say anything, that kind of stuff, okay? It's because it's wrong. It's not even like that, okay? 為道日益. It has nothing to do, like even these 4 words, there's no word about increase or decrease. Okay? The word for decrease and increase is 增 and 減. It's not 益 and 損. It's totally different. Why the hell they have this kind of word there? It's the wrong translation. And then everyone take that stuff and then say, okay, so if you're a Tao practitioner, you should not be attached to things. You should be getting rid of things. So you go simplify, life should be simple. Less is better. Less is more. It's that kind of stuff. All that new agey vibe. So people start to, my house don't need a lot of stuff. I only need like a carpet, a table, keep it clean. Nothing there. Wow. I don't need all the fancy stuff. It's just, all the bling bling is useless. I only need little stuff and it's enough. That is a totally off the track Taoism. It's not what it means. What does these word actually means? Let me explain. 為學日益 is saying, okay, every day you learn, you benefit. The word 益 means benefit. To infuse more elements into you so you can grow. That is 益. To put in, and you can store in the elements, the essence, and the essence will nourish and give benefits to your body. That is 益. Okay, the word of 益. Like, if you're Chinese, you will understand, okay? Like, 有益 when you eat stuff. It means it benefits your body. Okay? Very simple. 為學日益. learning, okay? Every day you learn something that you're supposed to learn, it will benefit you. 為道日選, the Tao practitioner? Not really. 為道日選. The word 為道日選 doesn't mean the Tao practitioner. Because it doesn't talk about any 道士 right here. It's the 為道, the 道. Okay? The essence, the 道. Right here, the 道. Not the 道士, not the practitioner. 日選. 選 doesn't mean to decrease. Okay? The word for decrease is to 減, not to 選. The word 選 means to break down. Just like your throat breaks down food and get into the stomach. Okay? What is Dao? Dao is the essence that will give birth to a system. Like a leader of a company is the Dao of the company. One essence that gives birth to the whole, to the starting point of this whole system. If you take the same pattern, I'm talking about Dao as in like it's a pattern. Like the word fucking shit is a pattern. It's not like one subject, okay? So if you take the same pattern, apply it to your body. 為道日選 is like saying, okay, if you want to benefit your head, this is the Dao of the body. Your mind, okay, the most originate thing that makes you the you, okay? So if you want to benefit the thing, 為道日選 every day needs to break down. Need to break down. Like you eat, okay, come down, breaks down, digest. This is the action of 選, to break down and into small pieces. So if you take it into the whole pattern, okay, it's not saying that you should decrease. You're not decreasing because the stuff that you have is actually increasing if you take a look, okay? The more you break down, the more you have. And because of that, you have everything because you break down all the essence and now you have everything inside. It's like this, okay? You have a box, package, shoved to you. Now, every day, you have one more box, okay? If you just take the box, it's useless. Every day, you need to take the box. And then every day, you need to open the box and take the shit inside. Now, you get these shit, and they are good shit. All of these things will benefit you. And because you already open up all the boxes, you got everything. If you don't open up the boxes, you will have nothing. And because you open all the boxes, you have no more boxes. And that is why you have all the good stuff inside. Now, you may think that this is kind of rational because you don't understand yet. Let's talk about food, okay? Food is the best example when we talk about Taoism. Because why? Because food is what makes you alive. It's one of the things that you cannot ignore. Every day we eat, we sleep. So if you use your own body to analyze the theory, you will understand. Okay? No need to look at the moon, the sun, and all that crap outside. Look at yourself. Okay? How do you survive? Eat. Of course, I like eating. So every day, you must increase. Okay? The food that you intake. Every day, you eat more. One piece of chicken. Imagine if you ship that piece of chicken out directly, and it goes through. No processing required. And you see the whole chicken came out just like it did from the oven. That is not a good sign. It means that the stuff is not digested. And it means your body got nothing from this thing, right? If you eat the piece of chicken, you break down all the elements inside, okay? And it got absorbed, and processed. Now, all that stuff that you got out of this piece of chicken is absorbed into every part of your body. What's left is supposed to be a new product that doesn't look like the chicken anymore because you already got it all here. Now, you don't have the chicken anymore. See, you eat it. There's no chicken inside. If you cut open the body, there's no chicken. Why? Because you already have everything this chicken is supposed to give you. Now, about the Taoism Taoism learning. This is one of the major issue with most people translating the Taoism. They took this wrong translation and they think that, oh, simple is better, less is better. It's really not. It means that you should actually intake more and make use of what you have already intake, not to waste things. Meaning that, okay, every day as a human being, you should have desire. Because desire keeps your life from going and going and going. If you don't have any desire or any goal in life, you don't want to keep going. You want to die. You feel like you're so useless, right? So every day you should think about gaining more into your system. And then, just like the theory we talked about, after you take in stuff, you should break down all the stuff that you intake, and then you have all the stuff you're supposed to have. There are a lot of people in the world who earn money and only knows to earn money. He have no intention or no plan of how to spend, what to spend. His life is only living in a little box. He don't buy things home. His life is all about working and producing stuff, but he don't have anything. The life is really like a torture, like prison. Only work, 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 and only gain money. The money only stacked up in the bank, and it means nothing to his life. Now, if you actually take the money, break it down, meaning that you take the money and use it on things to make your life better. Maybe buy a better bed, buy better food, better camera, whatever, okay? All these things will transform from the essence, which is the money, to other things that will benefit your life. And because you do so, okay, you used up the money, and that is why your life here is very good, because you have everything that you need. If you don't use the stuff you take in wisely, meaning that, okay, I have my money came in. I don't use it wisely, okay? I spend it on something that doesn't benefit me. For example, you take your money and you give it to charities. You know how such a waste that is? A lot of people are so like, oh, it's so nice, you give it to charity. It's so giving, loving, and shit. Okay, so yeah, it's not good. It's against the Taoism theory. I'm not saying that donating is bad, but look, if you cannot even make your own life better and utilize the stuff that you earn with your hard work, you're just shoving these things away and reducing your own potential. It's like saying, okay, if the business want to help with the world, or the world get better, okay, let's say this business of food, okay, the restaurant business, the way how this restaurant business can help the world is to do what the restaurant is supposed to do. The restaurant produce food. The food is the shit of the company. Which means, if people pay you for the food, they give you money, right? You give them your shit, the food. And give who? Give it back to the customer. And the more potential customer can benefit by having good food to eat. Because the cycle go like that, right? People give you money, food, okay? You get the idea, okay? Now, if the company is against the way of Taoism, they will take the money and then use the money that is supposed to produce more good food or improve the food quality, they will use that money and give it to a charity. Now, what does that charity does to the person who gave money to this company for food? Nothing. And so the cycle is broken. And then so the food cannot get better or cannot expand to help more people to have good food to eat. You see, everyone have their own role in nature. That's why we have different jobs and different business. If you don't do what your business is supposed to do, you are not going with the way of nature. You are a restaurant. Your job in nature is to feed people with food because they give you their money. And then the way how you should actually help the world is to take the money, improve your food quality, or restock your food, and then keep rolling. And as you go, the more money you can intake, the better your food should be, or the more efficient your thing should be. And then eventually, you know what? Your company gets bigger, and then now more people can eat your good quality food. And as it goes on, you see that the cycle, it makes sense, right? And so you can help more people to have food to eat. You cannot take in like cheap ass client and then give them free food. Free food is not helping because why? Okay, let's say you have some people, like 2 people who is begging your company for food, okay? And then most people think that giving free food to the beggars is good virtue, good morals, because you're helping people. Well, at the same time, you say, who is paying your company money for the food they need? All the other customers, they pay money for your restaurant to survive and to produce more food for them later on, or at least, you know, fair trade. Now you cut that, and like you cut the cycle, and then you take the stuff that is supposed to go to these people who deserve what they paid for, the potential, you give it to these people who didn't pay you anything. That is a broken cycle. That is stupid and crazy. And then, you know what? Later on, more people of this type came in. They begged for food. Now, what happened? Okay, more freebies come here. Look, that is not a healthy cycle. It doesn't work. Now, a lot of people cannot understand nature and Taoism. They use their perspective like this narrow, okay? Very narrow perspective to look at things. A very human, fairy tale, ideology, fantasy kind of perspective to look at things. They will say, but nature never charged me money. Nature give food to people for free. You don't need to pay nature to have food. You go into forest and there's food. Nah, you're wrong. Look, guys, you live in this planet, right? Everyone is like a worker in nature. As long as you want to survive, you need to help nature to do work. You are a laborer in nature. Yes, you do. First thing is, you are a machine kind of thing in nature that transform the oxygen or whatever into other kind of gas. You take in, breathe out. Take in, breathe out. You want to survive? You have to eat, poop. Poop don't stay at home. They go out back to nature, and it keeps cycling in nature. If mankind don't invent anything, nature is not going to keep mankind. Mankind want to survive. They have to use wisdom and then build things for nature, create things for nature, bring peace to nature. Because why? If humans don't invent hunting, weapons, tools, they cannot build a house. They will die. All the humans will die because there's no shelter, because there's no food, and because you're not strong enough to fight the tigers, the lions, the zebra, whatever. Okay, all the wild animal is going to eat you up. People who are so into this, like, oh, love and peace, and you know, we should not kill animal and that kind of stuff. Nature is all free. No, that is wrong. You live in a little well right there, and not looking at reality. You forgot how mankind got to here today. These people are truly a big insult to all of our ancestors. Because our ancestors used all their life, hard work, blood, sweat, to help the world to get to where we are today. It's not free. Everyone contributes a lot of things for mankind to be the mankind today. If we don't use our hard work, we don't work in nature, we don't do all that hard work, what do we have is death. Human will not exist today. Everyone, because you live in this world, you have to work every day. Even a kid, from the day you are born, if you want to keep surviving in nature, you're a baby, right? A baby doesn't know anything. The baby is free. No. The baby have to breathe. The baby have to eat. From day one, the baby will pee and poop. It's a cycle of nature. Imagine you are in a forest, or you are like a Tarzan in the forest, okay? It's not free. Just because the trade, the form of gold that you're giving is not money, doesn't mean that it's free. You are doing work starting from the day you are born. The day you are born, your body is like a filter, air filter. Always, you go around, you look, you absorb, you have something coming out of you. You have ideas, you have your sweat, your skin. If you don't understand, okay, your skin, particles and cells from your skin always fall off every day. Proven by science. If you have a carpet, a lot of stuff on the carpet is your skin. Dead skin. If you walk in nature, like in forest, every day you have to fertilize that place by having your hair, nails, everything goes off you, because you intake more will come out. You are producing stuff for nature. Starting from the baby stage, you are already working in nature. You are not living here for free. Yes, it is free if you talk about money only. And again, just like the fucking shit, okay? If you look at things with the mindset of like yourself, human, today's world, then of course everything is like, oh, love and peace, you know, is supposed to be free. Oh, well, no, guys, everyone is not here for free. Everything is not free in this world. Now, taking from nature, okay, taking from nature. Like, say, if you want to pick a fruit from nature in the ancient time, you know, you need to climb on the tree, and while you do all that movement, it already costs you a lot of intake of oxygen, giving out things to nature. And then after you eat that stuff, you also have to poop it out and work for nature and give your shit back to nature. Your wealth, nature's wealth, okay, it's your shit. They need it. The soil need your stuff. So, you take from nature, okay? You take the shit from nature. The gold. Nature's shit is human gold. Okay? Human take it. Human shit is nature's gold. Good. Now, in form of like human society, if you go with the way of Taoism, you agree that nature works like that. Okay? Because you realize, yes, that's right. We live here today because of the hard work of the people who worked before us. A lot of people celebrate like Thanksgiving and stuff. Well, I always laugh at this thing. A lot of people think that that, some god or whatever created the world and just thanked him and stuff. Well, the thing is, okay, no. Maybe you can say your ancestors, your grandfather or your father actually give more to you than whatever you call them God. Because if none of these people before us, okay, these people before us, we don't have internet today, we don't have electricity, we don't have all that stuff. You should do your thanksgiving to the history of mankind, to the Aboriginal people who started off the whole thing and kept it going for the modern people to continue. The modern people have the stuff today because of our own hard work and also the hard work from the people before. It's a crystallization of things that makes us here. If you celebrate this Thanksgiving thing and you think it's all because of just one thing, which you can't even understand what is there and you forget everything behind, now that is really bad. That is so bad. It's very illusional. Come on. Look, human being invent a lot of stuff. Not that whatever imaginary person. Come on. Okay? Look. You have to understand. We are here because of all the hard work. Now, if you are agreeing with this cycle, this pattern, this theory of nature, okay? If you are doing a business as a Taoist, you should not be like, oh, I earn money and then I'm going to give my money to people who need it. I'm going to donate to charity and stuff. First of all, charities, look, research. How much money donated to the charities is actually going to the people who need the money? Not a lot. These charities are spending a lot of money in their administrative work, meaning that the people who are in the high level of their system get paid a lot more than the money being shoved to the people who need them. They're not using it to help people. They're using it to grow a structure of business. And because of that, they can now do whatever you want them to do. Now, say, oh, I am donating my money, to help the animals like WWF and stuff like that, helping the bears and stuff. Well, how much money from your donation actually got to the bears? Not a lot. A lot of them actually help the business to print their flyers, print their souvenirs, make their toys and stuff to give it back to you so that you will be happy. It's actually not really a helping kind of business. And people are so shallow. They just believe and think that, oh, it looks like so helping and loving and peace and stuff, that it should be good, You don't understand that the truth is not as shallow as you see it is. As a business person, say if you are your business, okay? If your business is, you are a, let's see, something. You're a photographer, okay? You do wedding photography, okay? Now, as a Taoist, you agree to nature's principle, right? So, your mindset should be, you take in as much money as possible with your business. So that, first thing first is, you must always remember to use what you intake and nourish your system. If your system cannot survive, then your business is not going to survive. What is the Tao, the Dou of your business? The Tao, the Dou, is the essence that gives birth to a system. Okay, if you are the only one, like you work for yourself, okay, you're the only one and you open the business, that means the money that came in should first go to you, nourish you. If the business don't make your life better and you're still so stressful, you have issue with rent, you have issue with your meals, you don't have enough money to live a life and eat and stuff, then that is against the Taoism theory because you don't even think about yourself. Nature always help itself first. The Tao, the essence, the leader of the system always get fed first. The energy of this solar system, okay, the center of it is the sun. The sun is the Tao, the Dou of the whole solar system. When the pre-heaven energy, the energy from the place before this galaxy thing is born, that energy comes in, it always feeds the sun first. And then the sun gives it to the other people. In a family, okay, things is like that. Naturally, you see birds and stuff do it. The mother and father gets the food. And the mother and father always will take before the kid does. The Tao gets it first. When you earn the money, okay? Money will come in. First thing first, make sure that you can live, you can survive, your life is good and such. Next is the king, the operating procedure, the operating section, which is your business. Okay, so next is you make sure that you have the money saved in your business so that your business can pay for the stuff that you use, pay for internet, pay for rent, pay for tax, all that stuff. Make sure that you have stuff to keep the business structure running. You see, the first thing is your life, okay? It's different. Second is the business structure. The third is the C section. C, meaning the interacting platform with the outside, which is the client, how you can interact with the client. Now this, you have to spend the money on how to output and launch your company stuff out to where people can reach you and see you. That is like spending the money on promotion, marketing, and pushing out products nicely to attract people so that they can get your shit. When they can get your shit, they're happy. They spend more money. And then as time goes on, the cycle keeps cycling. And because of that, your cycle continues. It will grow. It will grow. It will increase. It will grow. And as you grow, your client network also grow. And more people can be benefited by your business because they want, the stuff they want is not money. They want photography service. They want their wedding to be recorded in a very memorable, beautiful format that they can keep forever. Imagine if your company don't have money to buy, like say, high quality DVD that lasts long. You buy the cheap stuff, the very cheap quality, bad quality DVD, and then you create the movie for this family. Now this family got your DVD, and because your DVD quality sucks, after 4 years the data is lost. Or maybe your case is crappy. Now the case is broken. Or you put the stuff in a plastic sleeve just like that, okay? And you know what? Sooner or later, the stuff is broken. And what happened is, the work that they paid for is now garbage. And you don't have any more copies to give them. You see? That is not healthy. Now, if you take the money and use it wisely, you buy something quality. And then you make something with quality. Now the client can have your DVD and keep it for like 20 years and still be able to play the nice footage and have the nice quality video without any problem. Because you gave them a good case, a good DVD quality, good editing, everything, and they will still be happy even after 20 years or 30 years or 40 years because the stuff is kept well. Because the stuff you use is high quality stuff. Now, in order to buy high quality DVDs and high quality equipment, you will need more money because money is the mutual exchange medium. So they need to pay you more money, and then you use the money to other things, and other things comes in, your shit comes out, and give to the other person, right? We are all playing a role of a medium, a processor in this world. We are all like a processor. we are born to do something. And you choose what you want to do according to what you're good at, your ability or your style, right? Some people think, oh, I am a very moving person. I like to run and do sport. Well, you do your stuff and be a sports guy, okay? Now, some people like to do art and they draw, very talented in drawing. They can be an artist. But as long as there is a skills in you, okay, some kind of skills, then it means there have to be a field or a group of people in this world that has the demand of what you offer. Because nature is like that. Everyone is born for a reason. Everything in this world is born for a reason. It's just that, is it discovered or not? Does the people realize or see it or not? Okay, it's like this place, they have coconut. And no one in the world knows coconut. So most people say, oh, who cares about that kind of stuff, you know? But when the people who needs coconut finally saw this thing, then coconut is now very useful. When the people don't need coconut, they saw this thing, of course it's not useful, right? So if you are like an artist and no one like art in that country, who cares about art? Well, if you have the skills, there got to be someone who needs your skills. Okay, so your job is to do a good job yourself, polish up, get matured, get your skills polished up, and then when you run your system, maybe you go online and then you reach out and you promote yourself and see where is your audience. Now your audience see you and they were like, oh my God, I like this thing so much. I want to pay you money. Could you give me? Because they want your stuff. You give, you take, you make more, and then more people of this kind will be able to come and take. And the cycle continues, and as many people do this, the whole world blossoms. That is exactly what happened in human history and today. Why we have so many business? Why the city and country keeps growing bigger and flourish bigger, and then more fancy stuff come out? It's because nature works like this. A lot of people think that Taoists or like this kind of stuff should be going backward in nature. And they think that, okay, this is like, oh, every day you learn, you increase. Every day you learn Taoism, you should decrease. And then they think that they should, cut this, cut that, cut this, cut that, and have nothingness. People, like a lot of people are into this nothingness kind of stuff. It really doesn't make sense. Imagine what happened to the world if everyone thinks like that. This is a very dangerous brainwashing virus, guys. It's not going to make the world better. It's going to make the world worse. Imagine everything is decreasing in this world. Tomorrow, our government is going to ban guns. Tomorrow, our government is going to ban the use of flashlight. And then tomorrow, we'll be having no more microwave food. Maybe the next week, there will be a ban on using cars. As the world decreases, it's going so fucking great to the place of Taoism. Now imagine that. Is that a good destiny for the world? Is this really going very natural? Is this really going to make human being very happy and bring you to a good destiny? This thing isn't even bringing you to a good destiny right now before you die. You trust this kind of crap going to bring you to a good destiny after you die? Come on! You guys got a brain. You guys got this to think. It doesn't make sense. And that is why a lot of people will see these and understand it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to believe in Taoism because you read someone's writing that doesn't make sense. And that is not Taoism. They misunderstand a lot of things. And today I only try to spend my time and effort to explain just this passage, this concept right here, because I have limited time. if you actually learn in my lineage, there's like, wow, so many things that you don't even understand before, because it's often misunderstood, mistranslated, or people just made up some crap and think that it means that way, and then they keep spreading and spreading. And you know what? The internet, like I read this article last night. There's some kind of blog or something. No, it's from LinkedIn. Yeah, some website said that there's a quote. Someone said YouTube place full of garbage or something like that, and it's supposed to be something funny. It say that YouTube is full of garbage. If you actually go to YouTube and search, there will be so many garbage out there, so many different low quality video. But you know what? People go to YouTube and they are not going there for like a big production Hollywood kind of film. People go to YouTube for a relationship. Because in this world, not everyone is looking for, a super massive grand production with the 4K camera and stuff. No, some people just take their phone and go, hello, today I'm going to go shopping, look, Walmart here, and then, some crazy people, and they post it on YouTube and they get viral. Because people are looking for a relationship. You see, everything that exists in the world has their value. Even a crappy quality video has their value. Even your, your video is like a cell phone video. It is shaky, blurry, looks like it just got out of an oven or something like that. There will be people who like these things. You don't know, right? Because there's no market for these things to be posted. And now YouTube opened the market. People post it here, and then as time go on, okay, look how long this YouTube history had gone, okay? Long way. Now, a lot of kids know that there are such garbage video there. They want to watch these things when they have nothing to do, just to get a laugh, just to see some stuff, and then they can share with their friends, like, ha ha ha, share with their friends. Look at this stupid guy, and then they laugh. Because of the video that exists, it builds relationship. It helps people social. When you have, at home, you have nothing to talk about with your wife or your kid and stuff. The next topic might be, hey dad, look at this video. I just found it on YouTube. And then, and then you guys have something to chat about and laugh about, you see? Because something exists, there got to be value. You need to utilize yourself, your own value in this world, in order to not become a scumbag in nature. Don't go like all love and peace and giving and stuff and give the non-processed gold to people. You're like, okay, if you're giving, like your job here, okay, if you have a business, you make money to make product or service and give it to your whatever people that you're supposed to service and give to this group of people, right? Okay. Now, if you make money and then you give money, that is like you're not doing your job. In nature, you're not doing your job. And these so-called charity that sucked in all the money is not really helping the people who they claim to help with your money, because a big portion of your money goes to the administrative, goes to the promotion, go to their marketing, go to the brochure, the flyers, the emails, the graphic artists. All these people take the money and juice it up before they give their shit to the suffering people. It's not worth it if you have the ability to make money and do a good job in life. It's not worth it to push your money to these charity. Now, some people will say, you're so mean. You're not so, giving. You're a mean person. There are so many people that are so unfortunate in this world. Like people in Africa or whatever. They don't have a house to live and stuff. Well, you know what? Why are you born in this country? Why are you born in this country? Let's say I'm born in Hong Kong. Okay? You're born in USA. You're born in Germany. We all have a reason that why we are here. And imagine, okay, planet Earth, okay, the planet itself is already very busy doing its job every day. Spin, spin, spin. Okay? Now, planet Mars got some problem. Planet Mars got like all these disaster going on. You know, a lot of wind issues, things bursting and stuff like that. It's cracking up. Okay. Planet Earth is so giving, so loving, so nice. Planet Earth just split some of its meat and fly to planet Mars and attach to planet Mars to patch the hole for the planet so the planet will not be leaking juice. Okay? Now what happened to the stuff in planet Earth? Everything, there's a balance. When you take something, there got to be something lost. Okay? You take the meat out of planet Earth, give it to planet Mars. What about the stuff that is supposed to have the stuff in planet Earth? Now, look, as this cycle goes on and on with all the other planets, nature will never have its order. Now, look, in human history, okay, if we try to mind everyone's business, what happened? There will be war. There will be no peace because everyone wants to jam into each other's business and say, you should do this, you should do this. Think about it. Every place is like that because of a lot of reasons before. And they have their own journey. They have their own journey because they need to go through the process of development in nature, in history, the history of the universe. Some places are poor because they need to go through the journey of poor. You think poor is bad. If you live there, and if these people never see the people in USA having internet and Coca-Cola and stuff like that, they will think the happiest moment in their life is eating some potato with their mama and papa. And they're happy already. You guys, like from USA, got a plane over there and introduced them all that fancy stuff. All of a sudden, these people are so curious. And then they are like, how come we're so suffering? How come they have all these like air conditioning and stuff like that? How come they have so many things? And then what happened? Did you actually bring your happiness to them? Or are you actually jamming in and bringing suffer to them instead? Because they realize they don't have so many things. And then now, they become the suffering ones. You made them suffer. Everyone have their journey, their own game to play. If you are born here and you have a job or you have a business, we are very small. Don't think so big, okay? We are not like world saving. We are not Superman. We are not Iron Man. We are not like those world saving heroes. Everyone is born with limited ability. Your job. Some people are born in a family or a situation where they are born and then something happened and they become the leader of a group, leader of a country. That's their job. If you're born, your job might be an artist. Your job might be something. Well, do your job properly as yourself. And what? And then care about yourself, your family, your own business, mind your own business. Do the best out of yourself. And if everyone do like this, everyone do this nice cycle that I talked about. If everyone does the nice cycle, the world will operate without destruction. Because there's no cycle that is broken. And that is the true meaning of this passage in Tao Te King with the 為學日益為道日損. That thing, not the decrease, increase stuff. This is the whole concept. if everyone cycles healthily like this, everyone is born with certain abilities and style inside the mindset and stuff like that. If you utilize what you have inside you and do your job in nature, cycle like this, everyone does the same thing, okay? Then the cycle will eventually be very happy. Now, you will think, okay, if no one give, then there will be so many like suffering people here, suffering people here. Well, no, actually, you know what? If you don't jam into other people's business like that and use it on your own place, that will be okay, because everyone is doing their own part. Anyway, let's continue. So, let's say this, okay? The leader of a country, if they mind their own business and jam into other people's country and then like interfere with them, like some country jam into a poor country and they start introducing a lot of stuff to them, okay? What happened like that? Okay, what happened is these poor country people, the cycle right there got jammed, interrupted. If they don't mind those business that is not their own business, they spend the time and money on their own citizen, on their own country building, that will be good. Everyone will be happy. You're using the taxpayers' money back onto the taxpayers. Why not? Now, this lesson, I hope, actually opened up your mind to understand more about what real Taoism is versus the Taoism, the garbage Taoism out there. And that's right. Tao Te Ching itself is already very weird out there because of these weird translations. If you want to understand the real meaning of things, you can never look at those so-called translations. It's so wrong. Well, I can only tell you that what I present in my videos and this video is the stuff in my lineage. And I represent my lineage, my teaching, okay? When I talk. Other Taoism sects, other sects, they might have their own viewpoint, their own teachings, own theories and stuff like that. And those have nothing to do with me. If you read or watch or listen to other sects and they don't say the same thing, I can only say that this is the most powerful tool inside your body. You can decide, you can choose and compare which one you want to go to, which one you want to learn, which one makes more sense to you after listening to them. If you think that one makes sense, good for you. You found your way. If you think mine makes sense, you can come over and learn. But I can only tell you one solid thing is you can never learn Taoism by reading books and on your own. Because there are so many things. It's like saying trying to learn science. Just because you read about Einstein or some other science books, you cannot learn science. Because why? You see, in school, you go to science class and like you don't know anything about science, but you kind of know what science is about. Okay? And then you go to school. There are examples, lab tests, things to do to make you hands-on experience. To learn. As you learn, you do, you learn, you do. In Taoism, Taoist magic is the same. You come into our lineage, first thing, you get ordained. After ordained, you inherit stuff. And then you have teaching, you communicate, you have questions. We make you ask questions. And then you learn from questions. And then you got stuff to do, like assignment to do, stuff to do. Hands-on, okay? Every day you do stuff, you have questions, more knowledge, more question, more knowledge. And it goes on and on like this, a cycle. You can never just read some books and expect that is Taoism. That is not Taoism. And the funny thing is, in history, when and why did this book of Tao Te Ching came out? Well, according to history, Lao Tze is about to leave the country. And that is like one of the gifts he left behind for someone else. So it's like, okay, this chef, like Gordon Ramsay, he went to this place to cook. And then, you know, people are so admired of him and stuff like that. And, hey, can you sign my stuff? Can you leave us something, you know, maybe a cookbook, some tips and stuff? And then, okay, so Gordon is here. And then he try to write something that's kind of like, whatever comes to mind about cooking. Shove it over, okay, bye. Sign the book, okay. Other people got it and then say, this is cooking, and he's the founder of cooking. Everything? Do you think that you can learn everything by just reading one book? Seriously, no. Not even in school. And back then, all these stuff are taught by master and disciple system, not teacher and student. You don't go to a class and then sign up for a course and then keep coming back and then, pay for the course and then, like that. You don't learn from different teachers. You are like an apprentice. You go with the master and live with him. Basically, that's your life, and that is what you can inherit and learn for the whole life. And that wants to make you a master because you inherit the stuff. If you learn like a system, like a teacher and student system, what happened is you will never get the real thing because you're not living with the teacher. And the teacher is like, oh, I'm just doing a presentation every day to 30 or 60 people. I don't care who's assessed or who understand or not, right? The main thing is to spread. That's what the teacher system is about, not to build a relationship. Disciple and master is to build a relationship. The goal, the objective is not to spread, it's to inherit and keep the essence going. That is what happened in master and disciple relationship. Like father and son, you keep the relationship, the essence going. If one needs to spread to 100, the essence will not be there. That is why true art is always taught and inherited. Like you have to be an apprentice of the person who is skilled, because you need to go and really dig into the stuff with all your dedication in order to learn. And you have to ask questions, you have to have issues, hiccups and stuff that makes you learn. Taoist magic and Taoism is the same. You cannot just say, oh, I read some books, I agree, and that's the Taoist. That is a very lame Taoist, maybe, a very pathetic one. Okay, you know nothing about it. If you want to learn, there are so much to learn, but first thing first, you need to ordain into a lineage, to choose your destiny, your path, to, like your master, so that your master can give you the proper guidance according to you, not according to books. Now, how to choose a master? The most important tips I give you is choose a master who don't refer to books. A true master will not talk in books. They do not talk in quotes because they know the stuff. Just like your mom knows about cooking. She will never quote you some stuff from cookbooks. If a master is still kind of like always talk to you about, Taoist, this chapter, they don't know anything. These are what we call preachers. They take the stuff of others and preach. That's not the master. That is the, relate and present. They don't have anything in themselves. Anyway, so I'm done with this video. Hope you like it. Remember to subscribe, like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Yat Dragon's channel for more video of this type. And if you are interested to know more or to even ordain and learn in my lineage, feel free to email us, email in description below, and we can let you know how to start and such, and you can really learn Taoism and Taoist magic and stuff for real, and not just to be a audience watching all these things. Do not think that you have to watch all the videos in order to start. To start, you don't watch anything. You make your decision, start, and then you can watch later on. Because why? Because the more you watch, the more you realize that it's harder to really get started. To start, you just need to click a button, send an email, start talking, and then the journey, bang, opens. Okay? So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!